Hi friends, this is Laura with Potpourri of Life. And my husband David, he's around the corner. He's hiding. He's going to be helping me, right?
Yep.
He will. So you might see him. What I'm doing today is I'm going to get some bacon ready that I will use in today's meal. I'm going to get my chicken ready and I'm going to incorporate a few other things. So he's going to be my go-to person if I forgot to get anything. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start my bacon. And I just heat up my cast iron pan and I start putting my bacon on. I always cut my bacon in half because it's just easier to handle for me. And then I feel like it fits better in my pan. And I got, nope, you can see, okay. So I get that started. And you'll find that if it's too high, my instructor will come around and help me out. we cook bacon very differently than each other. Honey, could you get the cover of the splatter guard?
Sure.
So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to show you a few things today. Some is sure I'm making bacon, and I am hopeful that many of you already know how to make bacon. I'm just going to make just half the package for this because I want to move this along, and I'll go back and finish making the rest. Thank you. So while that is cooking, what I'm going to do is, because one of the next things that I'll be cooking after the bacon is I'm going to be adding in some chicken. So I've already washed my chicken, and yes, I do wash my chicken after it comes home from the grocery store. So what you'll be seeing me do is I'm going to be cutting down the chicken while the bacon is cooking, and I'll turn the heat down so that someone doesn't get disappointed in me. We wouldn't want that. So what I like to do with my chicken, sometimes I put it in there whole chicken and fry it up and stuff. But I want it in pieces because hopefully we can make 2 meals out of this. And I realize that some people bake their bacon, which is fine. I think we tried it once. Is that right, David?
Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe it's out of habit that I like actually cooking my bacon on the stove. Plus, after the bacon is cooked, I can use the bacon fat. I can filter it out. I can actually use that bacon fat later in baking, and that's why I wanted to kind of show you this. If you haven't seen this happen, it's actually great because it makes a nice creamy fat, almost like, oh, what is that stuff that's no good for you? Shortening. This is far better than shortening. I do make this as well from back fat that I get from the farm, but I have bacon cooking and I'm going to use the fat that's left over after I put it through a paper towel and do that good stuff. So let me get the rest of these cut up. And I'm not cutting them into small bite size. I'm just cutting them into chunks, the chicken. I tend to purchase boneless whenever I can, because when we're paying per pound, I like to make sure that I'm getting the meat. And although boneless should be cheaper, sometimes I find this to be better. So that's all set. So while I'm getting this taken care of, I am going to start working on the side salad. Or actually, what I want to do is get my onions ready to throw in there too. But in my salad, I have already gotten my lettuce all washed, and I am going to be throwing in some cabbage. Remember that cabbage I mentioned I got at the store? This little bitty cabbage. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut off some to put in my salad, because I do like cabbage in my salad, and I could go into the nutritional benefits of it, but I won't bore you with that today. So I just take a little bit off. Now I can throw these outer leaves into my freezer to make vegetable broth or bone broth, whatever. And I'll rinse these off and put them in to the freezer. Although the chickens really like cabbage. I'm going to just cut a little bit off for the salad first. Now, my husband is not a big cabbage person. He's not a big coleslaw person. I am. So he will probably pick out of the salad what he wants, which is fine. Doesn't look like it's very fatty, David. Which is fine, because it is fine, but it's almost there. I almost want to put some butter in, but I don't. Honey, could you get that wire thing that I rinsed my vegetables in? Looks like I overcooked a few of these. Excuse me. Yes. And I'm going to have to be very careful as I do this. Could you do me a favor? Guard me with the thing here. Oh, I've got to wash that now. Now I've got it up a little. Thank you. Fortunately, I have another one because I drop things on the floor a lot. Now, I'm not using a lot of cabbage in my salad because he doesn't like it and he can pick around it, especially if I keep the leaves a little bit big. I'm gonna, you can't see this because I have very small counter space. I've already washed some of my lettuce, so I'm gonna just put my cabbage in with the lettuce that's already been washed so I can get all the liquid out. There's a reason I don't like this one. So while it's almost done. I'm going to get that finished because I know it's making a lot of noise in here. So once that's done, I'm going to be back and show you how I work with the bacon grease. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and what happened is I allowed my husband to finish working on the bacon. Thank you, dude. I never call him dude. So while he was doing that, I got the salad all done. So there's cabbage and mixed lettuce in here that we will be adding an apple to, possibly an onion, but I don't think he doesn't like raw onions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the grease from the bacon and I'm going to save it. But what's also going to happen is I'm going to use what's left in the pan so I don't have to add anything in. So to do this, pot holder. Bring this close because you might be spilling stuff. And what I try to do is I try to get this so it kind of tucks in there. So I got my sieve, I got this unit that I use for canning, and I put it into the canning jar. And I pour in the hot oils. And as you can see, it's going through the paper towel and it's going to collect the residue from the bacon bit type stuff. I'm going to do something different. And I'm just going to leave a little bit in there. So what you're seeing is, yeah, you have the bacon, and depending on the bacon, when I was making it was getting a little burnt. He tasted it. His comment was he won't need activated charcoal later. But anyways, he has a good sense of humor. So we have this draining out, and as you can see, the little extra is in there, and I'll just throw away. So that'll be left over. There's not a lot of bacon grease, but it will be sufficient for if I want to grease the pan, to do anything else. And anytime I make bacon, I just add to it, even if I haven't used it yet. So that's gonna cool. And I left a little bit of oil in here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna first add in some onions. And I gotta be careful to cut them down really small, because he doesn't like big pieces of onion, and I probably won't do it small enough, but you know, I'm trying. Now the stove's not on right now, but you can hear it sizzling. The other thing that I did was I peeled my sweet potato, because that's going to be another item that goes into here. And I'm going to get these caramelized, is what I'm doing right now. So all my veggie scraps are in here, and I'll be putting them in a bag later to go into the freezer so I can make veggie broth. Now I just got notification on something here. I'm going to keep going. Actually, I'm going to just check my space. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I was running out of room on my computer. I had to do something about that. So we got the onions in the pan. I knew I should have turned that on before I came back. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to caramelize the onions. And then what we're going to do is add in the chicken, and I will also add in the sweet potatoes. So we'll get those started. You can watch me work. David doesn't like it when I take this knife out, but it works so great when it works. And I do this method also when I make hash browns and stuff. I use the grease from bacon or whatever. Hey hon, you got a better muscle power? Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. Do you mind cutting up the sweet potato for me? I'll watch this. See, we work great like a team. So he cut up the sweet potato, leaving half of it. But he made the executive decision that what we have in here is sufficient. It really is. So we'll get this going. Now, why am I showing you how to do this? Is because the other day when I went to the grocery store, I bought some chicken, I bought the cabbage, I bought a few things. I already had sweet potatoes on hand, and I am trying to share how we make a frugal meal. Now, what I'm using, because there's not enough bacon grease in there, I just add in as I need it. So that way I'm not having to put olive oil and butter in. So if you are on a frugal budget, this is one way so that you can fry up the items that you have, is use your bacon grease. It actually gives it a wonderful flavor, and I know that if you're a vegan, or you might be objecting to this. Well, I don't know what to say. This is what we like. We like the bacon flavor, and bacon is a flavor that we enjoy, and we enjoy eating bacon too. The other thing I need is, I have the broccoli out. Could you get me the broccoli out of the fridge, honey? Now this is browning up really good. So what I'm doing is, I'm getting the sweet potato half cooked, all right? And the reason I'm doing that is I'm going to be adding the chicken in next. And as I'm waiting for that, I'm going to get my broccoli all situated, because I'll be throwing broccoli into this. So this is going to be a well-rounded meal when we are all said and done. And the part of after my grocery shopping that I did was, I was saying how we try really hard to stretch our dollars as far as we can. All right, so this is going to go into my freezer bundle, and I've got all this broccoli set aside. Now I could throw it into a salad, but I'm not going to, because my husband prefers it steamed or cooked a little bit. I do too. And I'm going to actually throw it into the whole batch when we're done here. So the next thing that I'm going to do, because this is pretty much all set and ready to add more stuff. And how can I tell if this is almost done? You can put a fork through. It's not hard. Sweet potatoes, I find, cook up faster than regular potatoes, but who knows. So now I'm going to be putting in my chicken, and I'm going to start browning that up with the bacon grease and onion and so forth. And no, I do not have a recipe. I just take a look at what's in my refrigerator, what I could afford at the grocery store, and yes, I do use cookbooks and recipes and stuff, but this is what I wanted to do. And it's just kind of like years of cooking. It's like, okay, what do I got? What can I make, and how do flavors work together? So what I'm doing is I am currently just browning the chicken, just getting it kind of browned up. And what you might be surprised at is I am going to put in some filtered water. This is about a cup of water. And why I do it is because I don't really want it charred broiled here. I just want to get it going. I got the coating on the chicken, and now all I'm going to do is I'm going to let this gently, it's on a low heat. I'm going to add a cover. I know where my cover is. And yes, I use my oven to sometimes store things. I'm not going to put that completely over it. I'm just, well, I'll show you on this side. I have a little bit of steam so that the food can still cook. And keep that down. And what I'm doing is I'm just getting the chicken cooked through. Now, the potatoes are fine, the onions are fine, and now we're just trying to get the chicken cooked through. And that won't take very long. Once that's done, I will be adding in the broccoli, and then we will add in the bacon afterwards, and not all the bacon. So while we wait for this to kind of cook, since the bacon is cool, I'll start breaking it up so that we can use it as a topping. You can chop it up as fine as you want. And you notice that I'm not cutting it on the board where the chicken was. Do you like chunks of bacon in this, David?
It's fine, either way. Bacon's bacon.
Do you mind if I do it all up and then you can throw it into whatever else at a future time? You see, what we do is when we cook bacon, it's not just for one meal, it's for multiple meals. And what we'll do, and of course we'll use it within a reasonable time, but we use it as a side thing. Like, we could make an egg salad sandwich and we could add back bacon into it. I can throw bacon onto a salad. I won't be today because I got enough protein going on here. He might want to make an egg in the morning for breakfast, and then he'll throw bacon on top of that. So even though most people might just eat it all up, and trust me, we are tempted to hate these because we like bacon. But with the cost of bacon, with the cost of everything that we are consuming, this is how we cut back. And we've done this before when things were tough. This is what we do. We just start cutting back on a lot of areas. I'm going to just check, see if this is ready. And it truly doesn't take a lot of time. The pieces that I didn't cut all the way through, it's cutting through really nice. So I didn't need to have it covered for very long. As you can see, the chicken is totally cooked through. So you just, if you're working with a cast iron pan, that's what you do. You put a cover over it, and it actually cooks it through a lot faster than just leaving it open. There is still water in here, but it's combined with the bacon grease, giving it a little bit of a gravy type mix. This is all set. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in the broccoli. And I know it looks like to some of you that it looks like a salad with meat. Well, my husband will probably agree with you. I'm okay if you want to think that. So what I do now is we are getting it so that the broccoli is coated a little bit. And I'm going to put the cover on again because it'll steam it a little bit. And we like steamed broccoli. So this is just going to be for a few minutes. Again, leaving space here. While that's going, I am going to cut an apple that I washed earlier. Oh, and I'm also going to add a pepper, not into that because my husband does not like peppers. We've been married so long, I know that if I make a mistake and add a pepper into something, he might not be too happy. He might not eat with me. So what I do is I just get the peppers ready for my needs. And so when your food is cooking, I don't like to walk away because I burn things. It was bad enough that I burnt the first part of the bacon. I think that's why he was willing to take over the rest. Maybe not. Is that why you did it, Dave?
No, just want to help.
Okay, I think that's been long enough cooking and steaming over there. Let's take a look at what the broccoli looks like. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. Do you see the brilliant green? I'm going to bring this over so you can see it. It looks delightful. Okay, maybe that's my personal preference. You can now turn the stove off. It'll still keep cooking, but now you can add the yumminess of bacon bits that you made. So you just sprinkle them on top, saving a few for the next day's breakfast, sandwiches, whatever it is that you want to use the bacon bits for. So while that is cooling down, I'm going to have David get some plates, and I'm going to finish making the, I'm going to finish cutting the peppers and the apples so that we can add them to the salad if we choose. He won't be choosing that. You can come over and serve yourself.
All right.
It's all set. We're both a little hungry. It is now after 1 o'clock, and we didn't start this, I think it was around noontime. We both looked at each other and we were starving. Now I'm putting all this stuff into the bowl that I'll be putting in the freezer, but I'm also going to take some out from these vegetable scraps and bring them out to the chicken. Oh, I should say that plural. There's 4 of them. David, do you want apples in your salad?
Yeah.
I just got to put it in a different area because I'm adding it to the peppers. You want to put a salad in? Just put it onto the side. Okay. So I'm going to get my plate. The salad is right here. And I used up my things to get the salads out, honey.
Oh.
Or wait a minute.
Regular time?
No, I got it. Come here. Where'd you go? How much do you want?
Less than that.
Less than that.
That's good. Thank you.
Yeah. I should. So, this is what his looks like. He doesn't eat as much salad as I do, and I'm okay with that. But he's getting his greens, he's got his broccoli, he's got his sweet potato, and his stomach is growling. So, there you go. So this is what it looks like, and I know we don't have smell-o-vision, but it really does look and smell wonderful. So I'm going to add a salad for myself. And again, this salad was just a mixed box of LEF salad greens. I added in some cabbage, and because he doesn't like peppers, I'm adding some green peppers, and this is Granny Smith apples that I've added in. I used half an apple, so that other half will be used for some other stuff. This is how we stretch our meals, and I always do this, but more so now that the prices are ridiculous. So out of the things I bought, I still have salad. This salad will last me through tomorrow. We have extras here. So what would I do with that? Sure, we can use it as a leftover, but also we can take these items and cook it up in the morning and add eggs to the side. We don't know what we're going to do with it yet. we can take this leftover half of a sweet potato, and it was a large sweet potato, we can make a mashed potato out of that. So if you guys are all struggling, and many of us are, first of all, you don't need to consume a lot to get your nutrients. What you need to do is combine a variety of good vegetables and other sources. And I realize a lot of people might say bacon is bad for you, chicken is bad for you. We are not vegans. We were able to get the bacon at a good price, and we are going to use it. We're going to use it for cooking, the oil. We're going to use it to consume, and we're going to obtain the protein that is in it. Is it good for us? In what sense? It's good for us in the sense that it's adding a little bit of different flavor. I didn't add any seasonings. How is it? Okay. He says it's good. I know you didn't hear that. But that's what we do. And so, considering that there's chicken, bacon, sweet potatoes, apples, peppers, lettuce, cabbage, bacon, and broccoli, I think we're doing okay. This is our middle of the day main meal. The rest will go into the refrigerator. I don't believe either of us are going to consume any more tonight. This is our main meal. Tonight, if we're hungry, we might have a small salad. He might have a sandwich, or we'll just simply have like popcorn or something very simple, because we try to make the middle of the day meal our main meal. I hope this was fun to watch. I know I get a little chatty, but this is how we're stretching our dollars. And stretching our dollars does not mean I have to have pasta, does not mean I have to only have rice, but what it is taking what you got, putting it together, and you end up with a lot. It's like, my goal in this video, folks, was to show you that you can take a small amount of different things, stretch it, and make more than what you can consume in one meal. I hope you're blessed. Have a great day, and God bless you.